The Ahn Rho Project. I just stalled for 3 seconds. But anyways, the Ahn Rho Project, self-therapeutic multimedia project for me to solve the problems and challenges in my life, as well as a self-improvement process for me to reach the goals and heights I set for myself. Welcome. What you see is what you get. That's a very quick introduction. You can tell I've rehearsed it very much, and this is a continuation from, I don't know, it's been 3 months now. Take a look at the title, take a look in the screen. What you see, there are 4 screenshots. In the backdrop, there's actually my room, but you're not going to see very much of that in this first of 2 live streams today. This is the Ahn Rho Project, and we're continuing off with, like I said, 3 months of chaos, of hell. I divide the Ahn Rho Project into many different, variables, different ways or methods. We have the sub-series, we have domains, and we have analogies. All these sort of mental abstract representations, but they all really have to do with very physical, real elements of life, from money, relationships, finance, careers, volunteering, caregiving, so on and so forth, groceries, food items, furniture, and so on and so forth. So all that kind of stuff. Those are domains of life. You can have 150 different domains of life. If you break it down to the nitty gritty, it'll be up to the hundreds. And then we have the sub-series, of course, which are 1,000 Days Till Death. If you take a look on my profile, 100 Days Till Death is one of the sub-series I used to run for time management practice. There's another one for item catalog. That's just databasing of all the physical items I have. Think of a business analogy. I think analogy is now right. From a business perspective, shipping and receiving and applying those principles into your household so that you can manage everything. You don't need an SKU or UPC number for everything, but needless to say, it's nice to track everything. And so 1,000 Days Till Death, or 1KD, the item catalog sub-series. We also have another one called Saving a Caregiver, and that's mostly, for the most part, finished with for now. But I actually had to record and actually do the live streams on that because it hasn't actually been produced, more or less. I was working on the fly, and I didn't actually talk very much about, or enough about, what was being done on the sidelines. Oftentimes you're so caught up doing things that you don't end up actually recording or measuring or tracking anything. Right, anyway, so those are some sample sub-series, and one of the main sub-series I'm working on right now, obviously, if you take a look at the title, AR, Aggressive Revolution, and that's actually a short form right there. We see at the very beginning it says Revolt, number 14A, so this is the 14th episode of Aggressive Revolution, and basically I'm just going to strip away all the details and just focus on getting stuff done. And so that's why we have all the screenshots here. Long story short, if you take a look, we have 4 screenshots, and it's a comparison, if you take a look at the title, between this Dropbox file, this sort of notepad, and you can see a lot of short form notation. It may not mean very much to you. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm just going to talk about how things have changed and over the past 4 days. In the past 100 hours, from I believe it was Tuesday until now, it's like Saturday, so we've tried to get about almost, roughly, give or take. The weekend was the time where I managed to knock off most of these tasks, and I would say that, needless to say, we have so many. Oh shit! There's more of these people down here. They're spamming my stuff. I should just kick them out. More bots and stuff. Don't pay any attention to this kind of stuff, huh? I can't really. I don't know if I can regulate anything like that because I'm new on Twitch. But needless to say, don't follow the links. Anyways. Back on topic. Right, where were we? This live stream is mostly focused on comparing, I guess, the outline, the layout of how certain tasks have changed. So it's a very nice sort of bigger picture. Looking at it from the forest's perspective, as opposed to the forest instead of the trees. This is a very executive level management sort of live stream, the first one of 2. And if you take a look, the introduction is done now. On the left hand side is actually a task list I have for today. The right hand side is what I have on the right hand side. Is for maybe 2-3 days ago. And so I'm just taking a look and seeing, let's do some quick comparisons and breakdowns. And when I say we, I know it's pretty much just me and myself. I don't believe anyone's going to watch this with me because it's very actually boring, tedious stuff. And that's all right. Same thing with the title. I don't really have too much to say in terms of It's not I have a lot to say, but it's not very engaging stuff, I would say. So if you take a look, if you are here, for me, from my perspective, I look at this and I can tell the most immediate thing I try to do was, of course, I sorted everything in a more um, high level perspective. I've organized all the tasks according to the main grouping domains of life, as I say, so to speak, such as health, clothing, employment, business. I've sort of sorted things out and put them, grouped them together. Whereas on the right hand side, you see about 3 days ago, they were kind of all scattered. And I wrote that down at the time. You can see the comparison is basically the numbers at the front and are followed by the class categories or the domains of life. And so you can tell that at the beginning I had just quickly tried to write down everything that came to my mind, and that's the most important thing, to make sure that you can get down. Don't forget about organizing and sorting things out. First, you just need to get it down, because the moment you forget, you can't sort or organize or formalize anything that isn't even there. And so I just had to get the content down, get down what I need to get done on paper, or in this case on file. And so on the right hand side, you can see that a lot of things are, I just kind of wrote, and then you can see some digits here like 48, 43, 45. Those are I just insert. 65, I just insert maybe 2-3 days later. On this hand side though, you can tell that basically I've copied and pasted and rearranged a lot of the tasks around, and you can tell that for sure because the numbers don't really follow in any sort of chronological order anymore. You can see a little bit of patterning when I was just writing things down. I was just recording a task and they just happened. I just happened to, of course, recite the tasks that I needed to do, the actions, the important things I need to do in terms of grouping as well. So, I was thinking that means that when I was reciting all the things I need to do, that I was already thinking of it in terms of the types of groups that they would fall together. So you can see that, for example, here for 31 to 33 to 36, all education. 36 to seems to be something down there. It's like all fine. On that right hand side here, you can tell that 33 to 35 on the right hand side, all education. 36 to about 38 is all finance, and then it skips on to leisure, 40 to 44. But you can tell that up here it's not all that organized. You can see some things being inserted, kind of nitty gritty. And you see some sections that are split apart where they should be together. You can see this business section 15 to 17 down here is actually there's also a business section up there on the right hand side, the furthest right hand side, the fourth panel. Business 31 to 33 is also business, but for some reason they're split apart and I didn't really group them together, and so I should have. Same thing with the finance 09, that's a bank withdrawal, cash withdrawal. I really should have included that with the finance. So as a financial matter, with 36 to 38, they really should be grouped together. So what you can see on the left hand side then is that I've already done that. Is you can see 09 from finance, and 38 and 66, all of them financial matters grouped together. I can also tell that that I've sorted things out according by clothing at the beginning. There are a lot of accessory items that I've actually grouped together. We take a look at 1 to 8 on the left hand side. It was not like that 2 days ago on the right hand side. The right hand side, maybe 2-3 days ago, you can see there's only the beginning, some crafts, some clothing, but it only goes up to 04. And that's because some of the accessory items that you can see up here on the fourth panel, the furthest right hand side, again 3-4 days ago, it was named accessories. And so what I've done is I've obviously pulled that over to the front, which you see on the left hand side. Again, clothing and accessories kind of go hand in hand, and I put them together in the same location. Same thing with devices. You see 29, 28, that's related to accessories, things you can wear, you put on, or maybe they're new purchases. If they're new purchases, once again, most likely they're physical objects, and I'm including them at the beginning. Mishmash with clothing, because clothing, again, crafts, clothing, they're all accessories, they're all devices, they're all physical items, things that you can hold, and tangible things you can hold. And so that's basically how I sort things out, and you can see a big difference here. Now I will say that there are still a lot of things that I need to do, obviously, to that I could do to rearrange. I can see up here there's a project here, 05 project on the left hand side. That's the most recent version, right? The left hand side, these first two panels. But unfortunately, I've yet to distinguish the project. I forgot to conglomerate, so I forgot to combine the project with the business of the Ahn Rho Project altogether, because really they're the same thing. And then you can see up here also, for some reason, they're still not completely united. You can see down here and up there, there's some business from the nutritional company, the molecular nutrition and cellular nutritional company, being lumped in with my Ahn Rho project, and that's really not fair because they're two separate businesses. And then on top of that, we have some of the from USANA down here and some from the Ahn Rho project up there, and it doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, some from USANA down here and some from USANA up here. So we have, it just doesn't make any sense. You know, just there's they're tasks from the same business, but they're being split apart from up and down south. So I should really again just I need to tidy this up, and get my thoughts more organized so that I have a more coherent habit and schedule and a plan. Every single day, it's gonna get refined day in day out. So anyways, this is again the first live stream of Aggressive Revolution. You can tell that, you know, when I say aggressive revolution, it's because I am being very aggressive with this. I don't really give a shit. I don't give a fuck whether or not these live streams are very marketable. I don't give a damn, honestly, whether or not it's very engaging or entertaining. The most important thing is that this is useful for me, and that comes first beyond everything else, because right now the only way I can eventually come to produce useful and entertaining and informative and useful content for all of you or other people is really, again, to make sure that I can take care of myself. And that's what the whole Ahn Rho project is all about to begin with. So with that being said, I should mention that there's a new introduction, and that's what I tried to practice at the very beginning. I tried to, you know, get a better working, better handle, conceptual framework of how I divide and explain the Ahn Rho project to new people in terms of analogies, domains, sub-series. That's just for the live streaming portion. The media and production portion of the Ahn Rho project. There's a lot of other I guess departments of the Ahn Rho project that don't include obviously live streaming and production and media content generation, right? There's, you know, administrative stuff I gotta do. There's actual health related stuff that I do with exercise and sleep and so on and so forth. There's stuff relating to organizational work, whether it be volunteering or financial institutions, or, you know, just generally speaking at my workplaces and prospective careers and so on and so forth, including relationships as well. Obviously, we can't forget relationships like friends and, you know, colleagues and fellow volunteers. But needless to say, I did a very sort of, I guess, a rough work down of the introduction at the beginning. And of course, I also want to, I guess, practice more of the take-home message, which, you know, I say that I want to cover that, but I think I'll save that for the next live stream. So that's going to be, you know, right after this one, maybe about 5 minutes, because time's ending up, and I think we covered everything in terms of comparing the tasks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, before I quickly end this live stream, is I'm just going to pull off the tasks for a second here, so you can see a little bit of the backdrop, and that's where we're going to start off in the next live stream. We're actually going to physically go out there and try to, I guess, take care of the garbage and see what we can get rid of today, and talk about, most importantly, the next live stream. There's some new tasks that actually popped up, and I need to talk about that for a second, because yesterday I spent some time unexpectedly helping a tenant and a friend move out, and so I received some gifts. So obviously relationships, gifts, some helping of relationships, and the residence, just the household that I'm living in. That's kind of stuff that will be in the next live stream. So I'll see you in about, I don't know, gonna take, like I said, five minutes or so, and we'll work off of that. I'm sure there will be also some task list panels that I still have to compare as well. So see you there. This is the Ahn Rho Project, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you're coming from. Ciao.